acknowledge that we are on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coast Salish people, including the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. Now, as Maurice Scott reminded us leading change delegates yesterday at our forum, we are on unceded territory. So what does that mean? That means that a treaty was never signed giving away the land on which we stand. So that means that it was forcibly and illegally taken from these nations. And that's very important to keep in mind. And this is a timely reminder, especially in the context of energy and land development, especially in the context of the Wet'suwet'en Indigenous Youth Blockade, of the RCMP raids on their trading and supply posts. It's a great reminder from the youth-led stand-ins and rallies happening in every single Canadian city across the nation right now. It's a great reminder that the history of forcibly and violently removing Indigenous peoples from their land is a history that we are a part of right now. A reality that we take part in every day through our action and inaction. And the idea of action and inaction, when we think about that in the context of Globe, in the context of the next couple days, we really want to reflect on what does that look like here in this space. We want to reflect on how our action and inaction is going to be dependent on the people we connect with here this week, on the topics that we speak to and the topics that we challenge, and on the questions that we ask, the hard questions. And the hard questions are actually how I ended up today, on this stage. I first met Globe at an event in 2018. And I was invited as a speaker and as an advisor. Had a great mentor who had some connections. And I was brought in, and I was questioned at the front desk, at the registration desk. I was like, are you in the right place? I'm like, yeah, I'm a speaker and an advisor, actually. And I stood around a little bit, and no one else was asked that. And then I went into a ballroom very similar to this, and I did not see a single other Black presenting person. And I only actively found one other self-identifying Indigenous person. And I felt alienated. I cried in the bathroom. I was frustrated that I wasn't seeing the traditional knowledge and the peoples that I care about, that I come from, represented on this stage that was shaping international policy. And I was upset about this. And I gathered myself. And at a youth roundtable, I was able to question this lack of diversity. I was able to bring up this issue in front of a very esteemed guest, and in front of Mike, Tansy, Claire, the amazing Globe team. And I did so with the recognition that I was forgoing any opportunity to ever work with Globe again. I recognized that in doing this, I may piss people off. And to my utter surprise, Claire, Tansy, and Mike followed up with me after this event. They followed up, they brought me to Globe Capital, I did leading change, and then I sat down with the team and we talked about how can Globe be a real leader in the industry when it comes to collaborating with diverse peoples. And that's how I ended up here. And I think that I'm sharing this because it really demonstrated to me the opportunities to learn, to connect, to grow, and to advocate when we ask the hard questions. And I want to make it abundantly clear that Globe is the space to do this. That Globe is the space to ask the hard questions and to challenge those that need to be challenged. It can be scary, you may lose opportunities, you may ruffle a potential client's feathers, you may be blacklisted from a decision maker's office. But what are the consequences of not speaking up?